sign with my grandkids that I scored 101 points in the game before.
It's coming.
Yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, we should take it right now so I can I can hold it up and now
they not gonna believe you?
Right.
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Just 100.
Right, I'll pass Kobe. Yeah.
So LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Steve Nash got on the podcast. It was on the podcast. And I was talking to Tom yesterday. Man, I'm glad I brought that up. So shout out to Tom Business Sports and Entertainment. I'm going to have to react to the Jonathan Major video, too. So me and him chopping up for a second. And he brings up LeBron. I'm like, yeah, I ain't hear what happened to LeBron. He was like, yeah, he said he don't believe Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. And I played a clip where he basically said, yeah, I'm just going to tell my kids to hold up a sign of 101 and said I scored 100 points. And don't this sound familiar where you see Floyd Mayweather for years disrespecting all the greats that came before him, Muhammad Ali and etc., Sugar Ray Leonard? Don't you see that where, Shakur Stevenson just disrespected Sugar Ray Robinson? He disrespected Muhammad Ali. Even the youth today think like these are the greatest basketball players. Michael Jordan played against white boys and plumbers who couldn't play. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, those players back in the day was better than the players today. These dudes can't even play. They complain about playing 82 games when they have private jets, nutritionists. Wilt Chamberlain was hooping in Converses, and they were taking charter buses across and domestic flights across the country. None of the amenities they got today. Right? So he said what he said. And it's just like, damn, why in the black community we just feel like it's okay to disrespect the people that came before us. Or like they just started making athletes today. Wilt Chamberlain and Bo Jackson are two of the greatest athletes, let's just say in team sports history. I mean, in history. Bo Jackson, ran a lazy 40, and I believe he ran like a 4.34 or 4.24. He ran it for real. They clocked him at like a 4.12 or 4.15. You talking about guys like Deion Sanders. You talking about guys like Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain was on the football field with Jerry Rice. Look these stories up. He was on the football field with Jerry Rice, and they said that he was the best athlete, the best receiver out there, including Jerry Rice. Look at his vertical. Look at all the things they stopped him from doing. He told Michael Jordan, and people don't know this, and you can go look up, I've seen a few people do documentaries on stuff. They told Michael Jordan, they made the game, because him and Michael used to butt heads. He said they made the game easier for you. They made it harder for me. He ain't lying. So, why would NBA history have to lie about Wilt scoring 100 points? And it wasn't no three-point line. I believe Wilt averaged like almost 50 points a game one season. And when you look at him, he was lifting with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Go look up that video. These are all things you can look up. He retired and played professional volleyball. The only thing people would dispute is his claim of sleeping with so many women, which I don't dispute. I'm not surprised. Wouldn't be. So no, he didn't score 100 points. LeBron is constantly disrespecting. He's constantly disrespecting the people that came before him. And what's so funny is it's like, we're not going to beat them old heads. Steph and KD, they did the little interview. They hate on people, but you hate on the people that laid the blueprint for you to begin with. And y'all destroyed basketball. All three of y'all had something to do with the destruction of basketball, including AAU. Kevin Durant did, Steph Curry did, LeBron did. The game didn't evolve on y'all watch, it evolved. But I'm not here to say that. I'm not here to speak on that. But, look at some of this dude's numbers. He's the only guy to block Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's skyhook. Now, he had a beef with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, too, but that was just because Kareem was so celebrated. You know, Wilt was a fantastic player. He would be a fantastic player in any era. He was just so strong and big and fast, and his vertical was like, he was an elite. He's one, I would say, off the top of my dome, him and Bo Jackson are two of the greatest athletes ever in the history of United States sports. And I pretty much feel comfortable saying that. You know? But that's just how a lot of people just tend to feel. That's how a lot of people just tend to feel. They tend to feel that I have to put myself down, put them down to prop myself up. That's why nobody like LeBron. He's an arrogant, pompous asshole. And you think it don't grind his gears when he got all these records and people still say people better than him? Like, just off one thing is, the game didn't get better under your watch. It got worse. The sneaker game got worse under your watch. The game got worse under your watch. And it ain't all his fault. Basketball is not a good sport to watch no more. Only in person I like going to the game. But on TV, I don't pay that shit no attention. We need a month before the playoffs to get used to the physicality. You understand? Go look at some of the games in the 60s and the 70s. Kermit Washington split Rudy Tomjanovich face wide open. Go look at that. They were in there scrapping. They were in there no holds bar. Break the walls down. The NBA was, come on, LeBron would have got beat up. And then you said, well, Giannis scored 250 points in back in the 60s. Right? Throwing Giannis in. And Giannis like, I ain't got shit to do with it. So Wilt can't get 100. Like I said, LeBron, that's why I just don't fuck with that nigga, dog. He's a bitch. Real talk. Always crying and hating and flopping. You know, remember Skilla Baby did the little skit talking about why he don't like LeBron, and he respond like, keep it moving, dog. Like, everybody feel like you took steroids anyway. Everybody know it. Even his diehard fans, they know what it is. That's how they feel. Niggas don't want to admit it though, but it is what it is. You ain't just happy being one of the greatest players of all time. And then they talk about people like Wilt Chamberlain, Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, people who ain't here to defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like all these rappers coming out here now, they got a story about how they stood up to Suge. But when Suge was around here free and not in the jail cell, you couldn't hear a peep. But nobody's speaking gangster, when nobody's talking with their chest out. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, that's cowardly to speak on somebody in a derogatory manner and they can't defend themselves. They're not here to defend themselves. That's why I really don't respect it. But it is what it is, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Hit the link in the description. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.